Dear Lord, we're grateful for this day that you have that you blessed us with. We're grateful for all the prosperity that we have as a community and as a county. And dear Lord, we just ask that you be with us tonight, that we go about the business of the county and just help us with our decision that will align with your will. And just keep everybody safe as they leave here and travel home. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Robinson. All right, I'll call the Tuesday, September 13 meeting of the Planning Commission to order. We have roll call, Mr. Poole.
Sandra Wiggins.
Present.
William Kane. Jeff Robinson.
Present.
Walter Robinson.
Present.
Adrian Chapman.
Present.
Diane Barnes Rhodes.
Present.
Annie Odom.
Present.
Joe Antoine. Kim Wiley.
Present.
All right. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the agenda as printed. Can I have a second to that?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion on that? And, on the agenda, vote aye. Everybody say aye? Aye. All right, the agenda is approved. Approval of the minutes. We have a copy of the minutes. I was not here, so I can't. I don't know much about them.
I thought they looked good. I didn't have any comments.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes as sent to you and printed?
I'll be happy to make that motion.
I will have a motion on the floor. Have a second.
Yeah.
Any discussion? All approve of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
The minutes of the last meeting are approved.
Good job, Chris.
All right. This is just a regular session. We don't have to go into a hearing session. Is that right, Mr. Pope?
That's correct.
All right. The only thing on the agenda tonight is what was deferred from last meeting was the SP-5-2022. Amanda Wolf. Is Ms. Wolf here?
Yes.
Okay. Would you want to tell us anything first?
Well, I'll just give you a recap. She was applying for special event permits to have two special events, one a Haunted Forest in October, one a Winter Wonderland in December. And during the public comment period, we had some comments from adjoining neighbors. The Wrights, Mr. Wright and his sister Lisa Wright, were concerned about the road conditions at the curve near where the proposed new entrance will be to a property. They've also worried about people getting upon their land, and I think Ms. Wiley commented she was concerned about the lighting and to put some conditions in the permit in case they had food vendors or something. So I kind of amended the permit. You can, not the permit, but the staff report. You can see my amendments in red when you turn to the conditions. I also contacted VDOT, got them to look at the location of the proposed entrance, which will be just a little bit east of Ms. Wolf's property. I included a copy of that email with this report that Joshua Norris, one of the land use engineers, sent. Mr. Norris stated that private entrances don't really have any site distance restrictions other than best possible site distance. And he stated the proposed location appears to have sufficient site distance for even a commercial entrance. He recommended that she also, if the county approves her special event permits, to get a special event permit from VDOT. That way VDOT can have the county, the sheriff's office, and all emergency services sign off on the permit, and that would ensure that EMS and the county administration were aware of the event and in agreement with any specific precautions she has taken to administer that event. And they will be glad to review any proposals she has for temporary signage on site or off site for the event. So they were the comments by VDOT. So like I said, I added to condition number 1 that each special event may be only held up to 4 days per year. Example, Haunted Forest can be held up for up to 4 days, and same with the Winter Wonderland. Winter Wonderland, that can be held for up to 4 days. If you look at condition number 7, added to that condition, verbiage that said on-site signage should be installed to delineate the applicant's property lines to ensure that people attending the event do not wander onto adjacent properties. I added a condition number 12, that said applicants must comply for VDOT land use permit for the installation of the second entrance. Number 13, I added to apply for the VDOT special event permit for each of these 2 special events. Number 14, I added that food will be served at the event. All vendors must obtain a special events permit from the Virginia Department of Health. And number 15, I added that adequate trash receptacles must be installed for the event, which is something that will fall under the Virginia Department of Health's regulations also. So that's the verbiage that was added to the staff report since y'all deferred action upon the case last month.
Okay. All right, Ms. Wolf, you want to speak to it? Just state your name for the record there, boss.
My name is Amanda Wolf, and I'm trying to get this going for myself and the community. I think it's something that everybody would enjoy. I have also, there was a concern for the traffic, and I'm coming up with a way to minimize any issues with that by doing like time block ticket sales instead of just come whenever you want. So that'll help with some of that issue. Other than that, I think he's covered pretty much most of the rest of it.
Okay. So you're aware of these conditions, y'all have talked about that.
Yes, it was nice.
Okay. Anybody? Commissioner, that was the question.
Thank you for that advice, by the way.
About what?
The tickets.
Do you have, do you think that you're gonna get that proposed driveway accomplished for this October? Were you trying to do this
I
for
was
this
trying
October?
to, but it's going a little bit further in, so I might not be able to get the October one done, but I think I'll be able to get the December one done.
Because I was like, I went out there, you got cotton in the field.
My field doesn't have the cotton.
Right, but that's, you
Yes.
know, adjoining it
Right,
there.
on the other
And so-
side, yeah, that's their property, but it's not gonna be going all the way over there, so. That field that you looked at is probably primarily right now just gonna be parking.
Where the parking is gonna be, which is where your driveway is gonna be.
Right.
And then behind that is where all the woods are. Is it going to be in the woods?
Yes, it's gonna
Behind
go through
there?
the woods.
It's gonna walk like trails through
That's
the
right,
woods?
yes.
And then everybody would come back out, they'd
To the
enter,
same area,
come back out to the same area.
Any other questions?
We're great concern from the last time, it's always the same. And I'm gonna say this because I just had 3 folks that got shot right now in my house. When you bring youth together, you want to hear safety will be my greatest concern. That's why I was drawn back on it because I think safety is the issue. I think we dress everything up. When you bring a bunch of young folks together, it's not even. And I'm saying it too much. And a couple of weeks ago, we had 8 houses get shot on down on Bigger Road. Or we had 2 big houses on Sniggle Lake Road, and I wasn't even aware that right below my house the other day. So when you bring the youth together, I'm concerned about safety. That's be my greatest concern right there with this project, would be safety. I don't see how we can die because the addition you are, even if you call the sheriff department, he would never get that time. They'll be all over.
Any other concerns?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
In your venue, will there be alcohol?
No,
Um,
I'm not even gonna be serving any beverages or anything. I'm not serving food, beverages,
no vendors.
no vendor, not at this time anyway.
Mhm.
I may, if it does good or whatever, maybe next year, need to do something like that. But this year, it's just gonna be a path with some scary stuff.
I just worry about the older people coming in and out with this crowd coming in back there. Because it is a dangerous place back there. It's a concern.
All right.
Yeah, the only question that I have is, and it kind of came up last time Ms. Wolf with lighting after it gets dark, with people getting back to the.
The trail is gonna have lights all along it. So the small lights.
What I was thinking more about was in the parking lot where people are trying to go, get back in the vehicles, and get organized and, pull out, pull in.
Right.
I know a lot of wedding venues that have, remote parking from rural, wedding setup. They've got lights that are out in the parking area, and they'll be on some sort of a temporary generator,
Well, I have-
some sort of sight lighting.
I have 2 sets of like work lights that are super, super bright. Like if I plug it up in my backyard, you can see almost everything in my backyard.
Yep.
A few of those would be not a problem.
And I think that would make everybody feel a whole lot more safer around their vehicles as they're trying to pull in. Pull
Right.
out.
Well, I don't want the parking lot to be too dark anyway.
I think that would give everybody a sense of safety.
Mhm. I agree.
And Lean, I would like to add that to a condition if you're okay with
I'm
that.
fine with that. That's fine.
How about if it's a directional light, so it's not pointed at the state road, use it for parking area?
That's a good idea.
So that's gonna be, number 17.
That's something we got to look at. She does especially that plan to the light.
Okay. Any other questions from the commission?
I just wanna know where the parking is gonna be.
In my field.
And when I pass your house, there's bush.
Right. And as soon as you come off of that, there's a small field that's grown up now.
Yes.
That's the
There's a
part.
lot of shrubbery in that field.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't know how you would get that cleared off by October.
With a tractor and bush hog and I haven't done it yet because it's gonna cost a lot of money. And I wasn't gonna put the money into doing that if I didn't get this approved.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Just the other comment I have, I don't think it will take VDOT that long to issue a land disturbance permit for something as simple
Land use permit.
a land use permit. What did I say?
Land disturbance.
Oh, it's a big difference between those two.
Right.
Yeah, I need to say that, the land use permit. And to put the entrance in culvert, like, wouldn't be that big of a deal, so you might could do this by October.
Well, I haven't even made my path yet because it's gonna be very expensive. So, like I said,
For the woods.
right, because I wanna make sure that that is safe. I'm putting stuff down so that people aren't walking on just the ground and, I plan on making it as safe and fun as possible.
So you got a lot of work. to do.
I do have a lot of work to do, yes. And that's why I said I doubt I'm gonna be able to get the Halloween one done this year, because like I said, I wanna make it nice. And I wanna be able to use it for both, the same path will be for both events. So,
And also, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we just recommend as a board. So whatever we do tonight, then has to go to the board of supervisors.
yes, I am aware of
And
that.
their next meeting is October 3rd.
I went over the first one.
Yeah, October
Yeah.
3rd, so you won't really get
Yeah,
approval.
I'm not gonna have a
until
chance to do it this year, just the, like I said, the winter wonderland, I might be able to. Yes, and to address, we keep talking about the use. I can just require anybody that's under 18 to be with an adult. That might help that some. I have no objection to that, because the last thing I want is something like that to happen out there. But I do have people that can come out and make sure things are good, you know what I'm saying? I've got adults that are gonna be there, they're gonna help me out, so.
All right. Is anyone want to speak in favor or against this? You would like to speak one way, someone to come on up, state your name, please.
Okay, my name is Francine Wright, and we are, Jason.
Right.
Our biggest concern also always be safe. That's our biggest concern. We had a concern about trash collection, with trespassing on our property. That's where the property is now. The proposal where she's gonna put the entrance, I saw that, but my concern is where's the property gonna be steep. We have property there. Cotton is harvested in October. Okay, that's gonna be trespassing plus damaging our property. So that's another concern, that was basically our biggest concern that we had. It's gonna always be safety first. But the rest of it, parking, where's it going? The paper that you all have, the map, I mean, yes, tons of trees, small portion of field, but she's gonna put the driveway. Where they gonna exit? You have an entry point. Where would they exit? Unless she's gonna cut through her trees and bring it back to her driveway. Where she would exit. I don't care if you have 3 or 4 people there at a time, it's not possible.
Okay. Did you have a question?
Lee, do you know where the Wright's property is on this map?
It's that rectangular. You own the rectangular piece between her house and the field.
Yes.
We're actually on both sides, sir.
Sir,
We're actually on both sides.
yeah, and this piece here, that
Correct.
piece there, that parcel, that parcel. Sure. Little square piece. It's clear this is my shoulder. Sorry.
And also, I like to say, where you have the proposed entry, to be put, there's still a problem with the site issue. The hills there, you still cannot see over those hills. And she had to get herself, but she can't even see when she comes down her driveway. So these are gonna be people who are not, familiar with the area, coming in, and it's gonna be a real issue.
Right. This is the piece here we're talking about. Right. The right on this piece. Okay. Anybody have more questions of Mr. Wright? I think they were the same concerns you voiced last month, I think.
Correct.
Yeah, they were in the minutes, I read the minutes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Any more discussion among the commission?
Well, that just, the only thing would think to say is that I trust that VDOT, when they review this for their land use permit for the new entrance, that's one of the main things that they're gonna look at is the safety of that entrance and sight distance, whether it's a curve or hill or what it is. So I trust VDOT's judgment on that. And then I think as we all understand, the traffic will come in and exit through the same entrance, through the same driveway. And maybe, Ms. Wolf, if you maybe explain or elaborate a little bit of how you intend to mark the property lines.
I plan on putting up some fencing.
Because you have to admit, the Wright's property that's smack in the middle of yours, it's gonna be a little hard to kind of delineate that.
Well, all of that towards the back is where the path is gonna be. It's not even gonna be really up there, but in where their property is.
So all the traffic, all of your activities will be in
More in
the
the corner point,
here.
yes.
I see. So you'll have to kind of mark this property line and then just to keep folks from wandering
Correct,
off of the property.
correct.
So what will you kind of affix signage to the trees?
Now, I plan on putting up a fence. Some sort of fencing.
Okay.
To make sure nobody goes on the property.
This is the way.
It's gonna be quite an expense, isn't it?
Maybe. That's why I said I have been trying to get this done, and anyway, but yeah, so I doubt I'll be able to do it this year, but I can do it next year if it gets approved. And I should be able to do the Winter Wonderland with that problem.
Yeah, maybe a lot to get done.
It is, but I'm gonna get it done if I get approved. Somehow, some way, it will happen at least next year.
Okay, any more questions?
Do you kind of have an estimate of how many people will be coming to and from down that Tattletale Road?
No, not right off. I was gonna talk to VDOT about how many parking spaces I could get in the area safely. So, and then, like I said, I'm gonna control it with tickets per time period, so that it's not an influx of a whole bunch of people. So, yeah, I've done a lot of thinking since the last meeting on what I could do and that kind of stuff, and I will have somebody out there flying in with a sign.
And I think like this because I've rented Tucker's Farm a couple of times. And people that are out of town that come in that's not familiar with Taylorsville Road,
Right,
they got lost, they flying and
yeah, I see it every day. They fly down, people that live there fly down that road. They fly. They don't care. But I don't think that has anything to do with people coming from outside. That's people that live there. See them every day flying down the road. Especially in that curve when you hear everybody squealing as they're going around it.
yeah.
But they live there. They know it's there. So,
All right, any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Wolf. So right now, we have the 17 conditions to this thing.
Yes, sir, with the additional lighting and parking area.
Number 17 was what? What did you get?
The lighting.
Lighting in the parking area.
But directional type lighting.
Okay. If there are no more discussion, or not any more discussion, we can entertain a motion, one way or the other, for SD-5-22.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve it with the 17 conditions that are listed in the staff report.
Okay. There's a motion on the floor to approve this with these 17 conditions. Is there a second to that? Did somebody second? We have a second. Any more discussion on this? Hearing none. I'm assuming you're ready to vote. All in favor of this, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
No.
Sounds like two. We want to vote. Roll call. Let's do a roll call.
Senator Wiggins,
No, not at this time.
Mr. Kane. No. Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Chapman,
No.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Ms. Odom,
Yes.
Ms. White.
Yes.
Five in favor and 3 against. So the motion carried and staff report will be presented to the board of supervisors.
Supervisors on the first Monday, I guess.
The first Monday in October is also a public hearing at that meeting also. The people can come and speak for August.
Okay. Other matters, Mr. Pope.
I don't have any other matters unless y'all have any questions in general, maybe questions taking place.
All right. When are we gonna see that next project out? Spring Church Road. So.
So, the other 2 solar applications we have are negotiating with additional landowners, so they're gonna be making some small changes to the application. So I just heard from Rosa Land today, they're probably not going to submit to late October, and the me is still negotiating with additional landowners, so they might make changes on the county line project. So right now, until I get revised applications, we can try to speed and finish up the time. So I'll get a little bit of a break from
Yeah.
solar.
There are 2 floating out there?
2, yes. County line, which is a Dominion project, that's kind of, if you go down, I mean, terrible road names,
Thinking Marley.
Macedonia Road, kind of back toward Brunswick County. And then Rosalind Solar's down near Doc Robinson's and Skippers,
That's the Spring Church Road.
Spring Church Road. So until we get something else, I've stopped all the processes for both of those applications until we get more information from them. So we're gonna try to get the Berkeley group and wrap up this comp plan here shortly,
Okay,
get that behind us.
That is the question when we can do to compliment. I mean, we kind of hanging on for a while.
Yeah, we've got a whole lot in front of us here. So they've redone the maps like y'all requested, and made changes that we went through with grammatical spelling error. So I think we got it like it needs to be, but we want y'all to look at it one more time and make a recommendation and we'll take it to the board.
Is that gonna be
So the next 5 years, we think.
That's true.
Yeah, COVID messed that all.
Is that gonna be in October? Is that gonna be in October?
Yeah, we've got to get the Berkeley group to make sure they have people
Come in October.
can attend, so.
all right, anything else? If not, let's have a motion to adjourn. We got to have a second. Anybody in favor of going home, say aye.
So.